60 is a very important landmark in life, and they say 60 is the new 40. So in other words, life begins at 60. But as I look back over my life, I realize that I'm an object of God's favor and mercy, compassion and grace. And I have experienced so much of God's goodness in my life. My life is a testimony. I would like to do something that I'm passionate about, that reflects my deepest concerns about society, about Nigeria, that reflects something that makes me tick. And then I began to prayerfully think about it. I said, yeah, I would love to celebrate, but in the context of saying, here's something people who care about me could join me to come to do. And what is that? The girl child. The girl child is an endangered species in Nigeria. And that is because day after day, we encounter girls whose lives are at risk or damaged or in danger in one way or the other. Just yesterday, I met a young girl who was being forced against her wish to abort a pregnancy. And we provide shelter for such people. So what do we do to help girls, young women who culturally, structurally, systemically are at risk of one form of violence or the other, or whose lives, don't have the kind of opportunities somebody like, me and you, we had something like, and so that's the reason why it's an impact celebration. So we're unveiling a book that will be for Nigerian universities and colleges, and just to put the knowledge out there to help young people develop young minds, and not just any book, but a book that is very much specific to Nigerian local knowledge and experience.
Which is very important.
Exactly, so that we are not just borrowing ideas and templates from the Western world, as we are often want to do, but we are actually developing our own body of knowledge around our local experience and trying to bring it to bear on the educational system. We have a shelter called Kankme House, and is run by Queens, Christian Women for Excellence and Empowerment in Nigerian Society, which is a Christian women's network that I lead. And we had at that point in the shelter about 7 or 8 girls, all of them between the ages of 11 and 17. And I just thought with my husband, what can we do for these girls over Christmas? They are there in the safe house. Let's bring them, have Christmas with us. And they came, we had Christmas together with the staff, and it was a wonderful time. So as I was escorting them to the gate, 2 of them said, please, may we speak to you? And I said, sure. They said, please, we would like a situation whereby we can go to school from the safe house and not have to leave. And my heart was really touched, because the message was clear. We feel safe here. We feel at home here. And we would love to continue our education here. And I realized that many of the girls that come to us in Queens, we try to provide them with rescue and rehabilitation. We try to see what we can do to provide psychosocial support, to undo some of the trauma and the harm that they've gone through. But then after a while, we have to send them back. We have to reintegrate them back into society. And sometimes the environment they are going back into is an environment where they can be re-victimized, or where they are not really at home, they are not really safe. And so we began to think, how can we provide a safe space for these girls so that they can go to school, come back home, no threat. They can play, they can learn, they can grow, and from there become independent women in society. The vision behind GEEHS is to provide that kind of a safe learning environment for vulnerable girls to be able to maximize their human potential and contribute back to society. They are the emerging leaders of tomorrow. So that's the vision. I don't believe in the rabid feminism that says, let's hate all men, men are our enemies, I don't believe in that. I believe that originally God created human beings, male and female, to complement each other. to support each other. It's a partnership, it's not a competition. And so that's my vision, and that's the purpose, the drive behind what I do in gender. This is a word for he's, for she. At the end of the day, when women are uplifted in society, men cannot but be uplifted. It will benefit both the women and the men. And for those men who dare to be he for she, to be his for she in society, I salute them. But I say their voice must be more amplified. And because you see, when you are silent, silence only helps the perpetrator, never the victim. If I didn't have a husband like Reverend Dr. Gideon Paramalam, I tell you, I wouldn't be where I am today. This is a man who has supported me and stood with me and encouraged me, and not because it's me, but because he also believes in the equity and the equality of women. Mentor other women, help other women, practice solidarity with other women. There's enough grace to go around. There's enough opportunities to go around, all of us. We don't need to envy each other. We don't need to fight each other. But what we do need to do is to unite across our differences. So whether you're Christian or you're Muslim, you're Angas or you're Birom or you're Hausa, you're Fulani, you're Yoruba, you're Igbo, you're Igala, you're Idoma, you're TV, wherever you're from, you're Edo, you're Ibibio, you're Efik, women should come together across all divides and work in a manner that speaks of gender solidarity. Men, amplify your voice more, talk to your fellow men. We can only do this for the betterment of Nigeria. Because right now, Nigeria is an eagle flying with one wing. Because one wing, the other wing is crippled and it's affecting the entire nation. Look at where we are as a nation. But when we harness the collective gifts and capacities of both boys and girls, men and women, what a great nation we will be. And in the process of reaching out to become the best that you can be, help other women along the way. Don't be caught up in the pull her down syndrome. So for CSOs, we're all doing such a great work, and none of us is an island. We must work together. So I would really appreciate publicity around the GEEHS fund. I believe that the GEEHS fund will be collectively owned by all of us. All of us can key into it, sharing it widely, and just helping us to even adopt a girl. We are targeting 500 girls at first instance. So if a CSO says we are going to adopt one of the girls, you understand, or we are going to support a staff, or we are going to buy 10 blocks, whatever people can key in. Nothing is too small, nothing is too big. So whatever support, even if it's technical support, media awareness, it will go a long, long way and be highly appreciated.
My name is Gideon Paramalam, husband to the celebrant, Professor Fumi Paramalam. The vision for GEEHS is worth supporting. Investing in the lives of these young girls in terms of their education is an investment into the future. We're investing in the lives of future mothers, but we're also investing in the lives of those that will build this nation. I want to invite you during this Impact Diamond celebration. I want to encourage men and women to work together in partnership to build this nation. The vast number of men and women who have come together to provide support to Professor Fumi Paramalam. This support should be translated into national transformation. Thank you very much, and God bless you for being part of this great vision of investing in the lives of young girls.